Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia and I'm obsessed with stickers and planning, so if you are too, you're in the right place. My channel is full of plan with me's, sticker hauls, and other planning videos. All of my videos have timestamps in the description so you can skip around to different sections and to different shops in my hauls. And if this is your 20th time listening to this intro, you can go ahead and skip this too. All my social media links, including Instagram, are in the description, as well as all the supplies I use and notes about each video. The planner I'm currently using is my standard size vertical planner, which I use for decorative memory planning. I also just want to add a couple quick notes about me since I don't always remember to go into detail in my videos, and for new viewers it can be confusing. So when I mention work, I'm referring mostly to my bookkeeping position at a grocery store, and when I mention Anastasia, or Anna for short, she is my pet ball python. So let's go ahead and get started with this video, and I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be filming a plan with me for, I think this is like 2 weeks ago now, the week of January 3rd through the 9th. So for this week I am using the Coraline kit from the ScribblePrintsCo that just came out. And it's by that artist that does more like cartoony style art, which is perfect for animated movies, I have found. And since Coraline is a stop motion animation by Leica, it is a perfect fit for this artist, so I really like how it turned out. And I just like the fact that there's a Coraline kit in general, because Coraline is one of my favorite movies by far. So creepy. I still want to read the book actually, but I am just really happy that this kit exists, so naturally I had to use this as my next opportunity to make a bunch of custom foil for this kit. This is a new format ultimate kit, so I'm just going to briefly flip through it, although you already saw this in my haul and probably other places, but it has everything I need. I love her new format because I don't have to pull in really any extras, which is wonderful because usually I have to pull in a bunch, even with like full-size or ultimate kits from other shops. So I did watch Coraline that week, and that is why I'm using this kit. Actually, I'm trying to do like 3 weeks in a row where I'm watching a movie each week and using a kit for that movie, as opposed to doing like winter kits. I guess there's not going to be any winter kits, which is sad, but oh well, it's just not how it turned out. I'll have a lot of movies on my watch list that have kits involved. Alright, so I decided to do some more custom foil, make it bigger and better than the last time, although there's still a lot of learning curves going on, as you will see. So my plan was to do pink and navy foil. A lot of people were suggesting silver, and I love the idea of silver, but even more than that, I love the idea of pink and navy. So navy was easy. I just found one online, and it turned out to be like the perfect shade. But the pink, I've been on the lookout for a light pink for the longest time. The one I have is this color right here, and I like ordered one that was advertised as being like pastel, and it arrived and it was the exact same as this one. So I was like, okay, clearly it's really impossible to find a light pink. So I tried 3 other options actually. I placed 3 more orders with the intention of, returning the ones that aren't going to work. I made sure that they're all returnable, so I don't make the same mistake as before, but we will see about that. But either way, I kind of had already made the decision that even if the new foil that I ordered didn't work out, I was just going to use the one I had anyway, because it does kind of work. It matches with some of the darker pink elements in here, like that, and like the shading and everything of the pink palette. It kind of works. So we're going to do some mixed metal pink and navy. I kind of split it half and half and just did a ton of options for all the extras, so that I could just choose what I wanted to do in the moment, what color I wanted to do, and also based on the quality, because my foiling machine is not perfect. So for some reason it is pretty good at foiling the underlays. I did make my underlays a lot more complicated than the previous go round. So yeah, everything is a lot tinier, the designs are a lot tinier, and you can definitely see that reflected in the buttons, because this is like a buttons and the button key from Coraline kind of theme going on here. And also the confetti is a lot different and a lot more intricate. I definitely put in a lot more confetti dots than in the previous set, but I think it looks a lot better, and especially looks pretty good with this foil. You can definitely see that the dots in the buttons, like the holes in the buttons, were a little bit too hard for the mink to handle. I keep using setting 3 and that seems to work, but it was like foiling a little bit too much for the buttons, so I put it down to setting 2 and then it like wasn't foiling enough. So I'm just gonna have to make bigger designs from now on, which is kind of not what I want to do, but just the holes in the buttons were just too hard for this to handle, so that's kind of a learning curve. But it definitely looks a lot better in the pink foil than the navy. So, but either way, most of this is going to be covered up by, you know, boxes and labels anyway, so I think that's all right. But yeah, you can kind of see the elements of the theme in there. Very tiny, very intricate. And then we have our quote box right here. I did use the outline of the cat that's going to be in the deco too, from the actual movie, and I did just type up this using a couple typefaces myself, as opposed to like trying to find some typography, which would have been pretty hard to find for Coraline. There wasn't. If there's not anything on Google Images, I'm not really going to do a hard search for it. So that was what I came up with for that, and I think it'll be fine over the pattern full box that we have in the kit. That was my plan. And then we have 2 types of headers. I did do 3 types of headers this time, because I really like having a different header overlay on each header per column. So that's something I just like to do. So 2 of the designs I made in pink. So we have the confetti, which I did learn from last session, where I had basically just made the confetti header overlays the same as the underlays. But you know, then it just blends in and it doesn't look like they're headers at all. You can't really tell that they're differentiated. So I made the confetti pattern for the headers a little bit bigger and different, obviously. So that's what those look like. And then I just did an alternating button and key pattern for those. And then the third one you will see in a minute. Then we have our bottom washi. I did not do a solid bottom washi strip because I am using a simply gilded roll, which of course I forgot to grab, so you'll see me put it down in the sped up portion, but I am using one of those, and it is not foiled because I know it wouldn't match. You know, I don't have a simply gilded roll that matches the foil that I'm using, so I just used a yellow and black one, or I'm going to use a yellow and black one. None of it's foiled, so I didn't really want to do anything to it foil wise, so that's going to be left alone. But the part from the kit is going to have this confetti over it. So I did change the confetti pattern for this as well. Previously I had just taken the flag overlay and basically just repeated that pattern for this. Actually, no, I think I did the same thing, but I also made the flag pattern a lot bigger to begin with. So I kind of was more mindful about that translating to both the flag and this. And I mean, in general, I found that bigger designs work a lot better for the foiling. So I think this did turn out a lot better for the confetti bottom washi overlay. We have another set of date dots. I always do 2 sets in case one doesn't foil properly, and they always end up both foiling properly, which is annoying because everything else, like some of it has issues. But I kind of try to safeguard all of that and do duplicates of everything. So then we have our page flags up here, which again, I try to do a larger pattern and like a better confetti pattern, so it looks more like what you've seen before. I still do like to use page flags. Like I don't think I'm going to give that up anytime soon. And then, let's see, I am going to talk about the extra elements after I talk about the main elements first. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the navy page. I split the underlays evenly, so there's 11 pink and 11 navy. This actually looks black on camera, and it looks kind of black in person, but at just the right angle you can tell that it is navy. Like, it's a really dark navy, which matches the kit kind of, but it did kind of turn out pretty black. So I don't imagine I'll be using this too much or in too many instances, but it will look good over light colored stickers in the background. And it's fine as underlays. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that, except for some reason this darker color, the Mink really went to town with foiling this and just filled in like pretty much every single buttonhole. So it's pretty solid pattern going on here, but again, most of it's going to be covered by boxes, so I'm not too bugged about it. And And then we do have our flags up here. I did 2 of each. I'm just going to do 1 of each color, but again, I just had one as a backup. See, like that one has a little bit of an issue with that buttonhole, so I'll be using the top one for that. And double box scene, I decided to do raindrops like I said I would do. I just liked the rain theme going on. It's like throughout the whole movie pretty much she's like always in her like rain jacket and rain boots and stuff, so I thought that would be fun for the double box scene. Just a basic pattern that I can jazz up with deco later if I want to. There's the third header design, which is these bigger buttons. I did this pattern kind of for a different reason, but I'm actually glad I used the bigger button pattern for the navy because, again, the navy really likes to fill in the buttonholes, but with the bigger pattern, it kind of let most of them be. So there's that. And I did do 2 extras on each header design, so I could, toss out the bad ones, and still probably have some extras if I use some in the sidebar. So then we have our full box overlays. Again, I just did the 4 corners confetti for most of them. The little key design in there. It's going to be easier to see on the pink ones. Yep, pink definitely translates a lot better. So this was my tester sheet where I tried to foil on setting 2 instead of 3, so this has a lot more black spots than the previous one did, especially because I ran it through like 3 times trying to fix it. But still, I think most of it's usable, and I did print out 2 extras just in case one of them was like really bad, so I think it'll be alright. So we have the 4 corners, and then we have the bottom left and top right. For some reason, like, I've only ever used that slant pattern as opposed to the opposite 2 corners. Like in the previous 2 sets that I've done now, like that just hasn't come up where I want to use those 2 corners. That's so funny. So that's that. And yep, that is how I translated in the navy. Again, super dark. Actually, the buttonholes are kind of clear, so that's kind of nice. What else do we got? I did print out an extra set of the double box scene, although I think the first one is perfect, but I just wanted to be sure. And then let me just take a look at our deco. So I did do a lot more deco, both bigger and smaller, because I didn't really have enough last time. And this is the one that the Mink messed up on setting 2, so you can clearly see it looks terrible. But again, I might just use that anyway because I feel like it fits the core line aesthetic. But yeah, the navy turned out pretty alright. So yeah, I've got some cats in there, keys, and then both size of button and both style of button in there as well. And then I did print out entire sheets of the tiny bows that I use. I just thought it would be nice to just grab from a whole sheet and just, keep using this for every time I use this color. And then tiny deco as well. I just really needed a lot more tiny deco because last time I only printed out like a small sample of both of these actually, and I just ran out of tiny deco completely. So this sheet actually, these foiled pretty well, I would say. I think this sheet only has like 2 black spots on it, and the sheet only has 1 in that bow right there. But yeah, so I'll just grab from these. And then, so the new elements that I completely introduced from scratch this time that I didn't have last time. So I'll preface this by saying that I do watch a lot of the other style of planning, which is like white space and tons of foil. Think gathered plans, Shantae plans, Plan Mosh plan, that style of planning. Basically everything that Sadie's stickers are geared towards. I feel like a lot of her foil elements are geared towards that. So I have been watching that for quite some time. I really love it. I admire it. I would never do it myself. It seems like a lot of work, but I do want to incorporate some of those elements into this style of planning. I think that would be really fun. So I tried to make some of my own, and you will definitely see the learning curve happen, but let's just look at it in the pink because it'll show up better. So I have this section of dividers. These are obviously not going to work well as traditional dividers, as in over the bougie boxes, like in that section, because they're just gonna blend right in, like it's not gonna show up at all. I mean, maybe over the navy the pink would look fine, but I did print out some solid lines. I know that they use it between like the glitter header, although it's not usually glitter header, it's usually like a patterned header, and the full box. They like to do that kind of thing. And for me, I printed them out just to kind of test it out with that, because I do use foil overlays over my headers that they don't use. So it might just be an overload of foil, but it also might look cool. So I have those for that reason, but also just for things in the sidebar or just really anywhere that I can think to put them. And then I have these kind of more subtle divider type things, various button patterns, that it's kind of my intention to use these to jazz up like half boxes or third boxes, kind of layer them between the half box and like the character sticker or whatever, which I kind of do sometimes with dividers that I already have, but I was going to kind of experiment with that. So we have those, and then some of the navy ones here. I did print out like 2 sets of each color just in case. These actually foiled pretty well, except for, you know, the buttonholes as usual. So that was my plan with that. And then I have some dangle deco, which is meant to like jazz up. Well, they use it pretty much everywhere, but I'm thinking more like full boxes, like as just an additional type of overlay that I can put over the, you know, 4-corner overlay, or just, you know, again in the sidebar or in the top deco section, just anywhere. So yeah, the big ones you can see the buttonholes, but yeah, the tiny ones, it kind of just disappeared, so you can't really tell that those are buttons. So I might make those a little bit bigger in the next go round, or kind of be more mindful about that. But I just didn't want to get overwhelmed and end up with something bigger than I wanted, so I just kind of did a small sampling for now. Again, it's something completely new that I'm trying out, so you know, so it's a learning curve. But yeah, we've got some little hanging buttons on strings that we can add to the full boxes or the top section, which is probably what I'm gonna do. So it's kind of a fun thing. Just, you know, any thematic element you can put on a string and use that as deco, and I think that's really fun and something I don't see too much with this style of planning. And then the third and final thing is the swoops, or garlands. I've seen them referred to as both, especially on the Sadie Stickers website. So again, these are supposed to be buttons, but they just look like circles. But I mean, it's alright. They're still, you know, cute for what they are. So yeah, I just did a couple of varieties. We have the really mini ones, and then we have some bigger ones. So these are meant to like go in the corners of like full boxes or just any place you have. So like a little swoop right there, or the other style, a little swoop right there, that kind of thing. So I haven't actually made a plan of where I'm going to use these particular elements, the dangle deco, the swoops. I'm not really too sure. I'm just going to kind of see what happens when I start putting stuff down. It's going to be quite an exploration. But I am very excited to have so many options, and we will see what other stuff I get inspired by and what I want to do for the next set of foil, because, you know, I'm always learning how my mink works, learning what sizes work best for things. It is all an experience, but I think, like, either way, I think it's still gonna turn out to be something pretty cool in this planner. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down the base layout, put down on the foil. We'll see how that goes. And then I will see you on the other side for the day by day. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the day by day. So starting off on Monday, usually I mark work, but this time I marked calling off work because obviously this was my COVID week. So I had to call and let them know the situation, that I would be out for 5 days. I actually was out 6 days because I was kind of milking it a little bit, but I just let them know that I would not be in. So I'm using a girl from Van City Stickers on the phone to mark that. I slept in after that. I think I called in fairly early and then I just went to sleep after that. I took a shower, got dressed, and then I just got back in bed wearing my sweatpants and everything, which is funny. I didn't even put my pajamas back on. I was just I'm going to sleep all day, but I'm going to sleep in my actual clothes. So yeah, I called off work after I got my positive COVID test, but I marked that in reverse order kind of. So I marked the positive test with a sick dinosaur character from Beneva Creations. And the sleeping in Z's are from Whimsical Cat Studio. So obviously I had tea that morning instead of coffee. I guess it was probably more the afternoon when I finally got up to make tea. But yeah, since when I'm sick, I use that as my excuse to go through my tea collection. So I did. I got to use this cute little tea pot from Fox and Cactus to mark that. The colors kind of match the kit a little bit. And then I called my mom to tell her the situation as well. That calling mom stickers from Papershire. It's a printable freebie. And then I, for some reason, decided this would be the day that I would start filming a plan with me. So, because my symptoms had kind of started abating. So after sleeping all day, or sleeping in a bit, I just got to filming. I think I filmed the first half that day. Or maybe it was the second half. I don't know. Usually I film it in 2 parts. But yeah, I used an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. for that. And then I listened to podcasts while I did that. I don't usually mark podcasts because I listen to them all the time when I commute to and from work and when I film. But I just had space to do it and I wanted to actually use my podcast stickers. So that girl is a member of the Kitty Cat Club from A Sweet Ava's paper. Now we're a whole day behind. Okay, Tuesday, I marked Sleeping Forever with a cat from Whimsical Cat Studio, more tea time with a mug from Papershire. I called HR and also spoke to a nurse on the phone that day to make sure that I would be getting COVID pay at work for the week I was out. That girl's from Paper Dolls Co. And then I started up Super Mario Galaxy, and that vanilla dressed as Mario is from Papershire. And then my boyfriend and I were still not really talking that much, but we were just starting to begin chatting again. And he, I told him that I had COVID so that he could, get tested and everything, and be careful. And he he offered to get me groceries, and then he did, which was very nice of him. So that grocery sticker is from Beneva Creations. And Wednesday, I slept in again. There's another printable vanilla from Papershire. And I had a doctor's appointment on the phone that day. I like to mark them just as doctor's appointments anyway because I have a lot of these scripts I want to use up. And then that stethoscope is from Hazel Sticker. But yeah, I wasn't really needing her for anything. I just wanted to let my doctor know that I had COVID just so it would be on the record and everything. And she did write me a doctor's note in case I needed it for work, although I thought it was funny that the doctor's note did not actually say that I had COVID. And I was like, why do doctors do this? Because this is not the first time I've had a doctor try to write a doctor's note that was not how I would have done it. But doctors aren't really necessarily writers. So I couldn't be a doctor, but I am good at writing. So, everybody's got their skill set. But thankfully I didn't need it anyway. So I marked more tea time. I think I forgot to pull a sticker for that, but I will bring one from Crafty Planner Co. The yellow tea bag, which I think is a newer sticker that I kind of just got. But I really wanted to bring in the yellow because it matches the kit. And yeah, I also marked a Instagram post for my haul that went up. I love that new script that I did. It's got the spaced out block lettering instead of having it all together, which how it looks there is actually how I would write it if I was writing it in the spread. So I kind of like that. It's more realistic to my own handwriting. And there's a newer sticker of Pandaro from Papershire not paper tire, Happy Daya for that. So I'm glad I got to pull in a new sticker. I marked more Galaxy in a square box with a Wonton and a Million sticker. Just playing Mario on the Switch, which is perfect for that, obviously. And then I played Mushroom Farm Revolution, my favorite computer tower defense game. I used a mushroom vanilla sticker from Papershire for that. Also a freebie printable. I started designing foil that day, my Nutcracker collection. So I marked that with a Chip the Chihuahua on a laptop from Sweet Ava's paper. I marked calling my mom again the same way as on Monday. And that was the day that me and my boyfriend had our big blowout argument, like our big blowout post-breakup argument where we like go over all of our beef that we have with each other, which I guess we have done twice now. So I'm like, it's just part of the process. Like, you know, you got to talk about the issues that you have in order to get past them. You can't just ignore them and pretend that they don't exist. So we spoke about that, and then we took some time to like really think about it and reframe how we think about our relationship with each other, because we both have very different experiences and backgrounds and with our previous relationships. Like, we come from very different places. So yeah, we had that argument, and there's an arguing sticker from Wonton and a Million as well. I did some printing and cutting of the stickers that I designed, and then I actually foiled them as well that day. Printing and cutting stickers from Happy Daya, and the mink is from Hazel Sticker, I believe. So I did like all three of those steps in one day. I was so surprised. Like, wow, I must have been doing that all day. But yeah, and then I marked that Anastasia actually ate her dinner that night with a girl from Pumpkin Paper Co., which was a custom Harry Potter girl that I got. And of course, I am a Ravenclaw, so I got her as a Ravenclaw, but I got her holding the Slytherin snake just so I could use her to mark stuff with my snake. So going into Thursday, I got up really early that day, so I just used an early bird sticker from Bohemian Creations. I started making mochas again, like so I could have my morning coffee instead of tea, because I was feeling back to normal. I forget where that mug is from though. I placed an order for some stickers. I think it was Stick with a Plan Co., who was having a like clearance sale. Pretty good deal that day, although of course several things were sold out when I got there, but I tried. So I used the Ninja Fingers sticker from Sweet Ava's paper. And then I filmed more of a plan with me. That girl's from Pumpkin Paper Co. as well, just so I could use my new foil. And then I answered some comments and messages about that foil, presumably. And then more Mushroom Farm Evolution. And then more Galaxy with a Bowser sticker from Some Little Things. And I was feeling like really lonely that day. Like, the breakup was starting to hit me. And I was really starting to miss him. So I used a heartbreak sticker from Once More With Love. And then I marked planning, like pre-planning for the next spread, with a girl from, I think, My Pink Papery. And then, although you can find that art in a lot of places. And then I marked Yellow Russians. That is a cocktail sticker from Papershire, I believe, that isn't supposed to be a Yellow Russian, but it's kind of the right color a little bit. I really need to just make my own doodles for like the specific variations of White Russians that I drink, or just White Russians in general, because I don't know where those stickers are. I don't think they exist. So I should just make them for myself. I already made myself Anastasia stickers. Like, how hard can it be? So I just need to do that. Because I'm running out of cocktail stickers like that kind of look like what I'm trying to mark. Anyways, I also marked watching Coraline that evening. Obviously, that was the whole theme of this week. And that girl is from the Coffee Monsters Co. So Friday, I marked filming. Actually, no, let's start at the very top. I marked sleeping in with a cat from Sweet Ava's paper. I was really tired that day, so that's a munchkin from Once More With Love. I guess I was tired even after I slept in. That's unusual. But I also did some more of my laser hair removal experiment. I got one of those handheld things. I'm on like week 3, I think. I've done 3 weeks so far of the treatment, and I have yet to be convinced about it. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but if it does after 12 weeks, which is how much they say it takes, then I will let you all know about it, because it's kind of a cool thing and it's not that expensive. But we'll see. And they do have a money back guarantee, so that's why I'm trying it out. Like, why not, right? I'm kind of on the lookout for one of these that actually works for a while. Anyways, I just used a shaving sticker from Bohemian Creations, because, I mean, you do have to shave first, so I mean, you know, might as well use that. And then I washed my hair as well. A lot of shower activity that morning. So that girl's from Shine Sticker Studio had another mocha forget if I pulled in the sticker now or not, because I'm looking at my spread in real life, not the video, but that girl's from Whimsical Cat Studio that I pull in at some point. I filmed the second half of my plan with me and a haul part that day. I don't remember what I actually got in the mail that I filmed, but whatever. That cat is from Sweet Davis Paper. I edited the haul, and then I played more Galaxy. That Princess Peach sticker is from Paper and Milk. I guess I didn't have that much to mark Galaxy specifically. I need to like print the printables from Papershire that are like Galaxy themed. I need to do that because like I like marking, game stickers that are like relevant to that specific game. Like I have a lot of Mario stickers, but I don't have a lot of Galaxy stickers. So I was hesitant to use the Princess Peach ones because she's not really in the game really. I think she's the one you're supposed to be rescuing, so she's probably at the very end, but like she's not really there. It's more Rosalina than everything. So I wish I had some Rosalina stickers. Anyway, she's my favorite. But I also charged my Fitbit. I just use this as an excuse to use all of my Fitbit stickers that I keep buying and forgetting to actually mark because like, I don't know, I just have a ton and I charge it like every week, but I for some reason have stopped remembering to write it down. So I made a point of doing it. Got to use this new like pink sticker. I think that's from Carly Plans. And then I marked more Mushroom Farm Revolution and then watching The Office. Oh, that reminds me I should do that tonight. Kind of missed my opportunity on that. Because the Office Ladies podcast comes out every Wednesday and it is Wednesday right now. Anyways, that Jim Vanilla is from Papershire. So Saturday, we had donuts at work. I guess it wasn't an apple fritter because I didn't mark that. But there were clearly other kinds of donuts. Anyways, I just used a donut sticker of Snowball the Cat from Sweet Davis Paper. I don't know why I marked that before work. I think I like accidentally wrote it down before work in my pre-planning and then just like didn't white it out and change it. So that's how it showed up in my planner. And never once in the whole process did I think to like actually reverse those two. So oops. But anyways, that Working Girl is from Whimsical Cat Studio, and I marked reading for the first time that week because I only read when I'm at work, apparently. I mean, I've always known that. Ever since starting work, I've kind of transitioned to only reading at work, unless I'm reading like a really good book or a nonfiction book, in which case sometimes I will bring it out of work. Or the nonfiction books I usually just leave at home anyway, because it's a real nice escape to read like a fantasy book on my lunch break at work. Anyways, the book was Marl Fox, which is, I think, book 11 in the Redwall series, one of my favorite book series, and that emoji holding the stack of books is from the Coffee Monsters Co. I also called both my parents that day. There's a munchkin from Once More Love, and I researched filming cameras because it has been my intention to get one for a long time, but after researching, I was like, my new iPhone is like kind of better in a lot of ways than all of these super expensive cameras, and it's a lot cheaper, so I might as well just keep using what I have. So my plan is to like get a whole setup where I deck it out with everything. I already bought all the cords to connect it to my mic, so I have that going, but I need like a proper tripod for it, and I want to like downsize my lights too, but right now I have a pretty good setup, I feel like. Anyways, so I did some research and ultimately came to that conclusion, but that emoji on a laptop, also from the Coffee Monsters Co. Placed an Amazon order. There's a munchkin from Once More Love. It was perfect weather that day, which I actually noticed the weather for the first time since it had been like a week since I went outside. Probably like more like 8 days, because that's how long I wasn't working. But that weather sticker is, I think, from Carly Plan's like weather sampler. I had brought home from work some matcha mochi ice cream that was like on clearance, and it was like kind of not that great. The sticker is from Papershire, I think, but yeah, I loved the mochi in it, but like the actual texture of the ice cream was like also kind of chewy, and it was just weird. I marked more Mushroom Farm Revolution, and then I placed an order for more foil rolls for the Coraline set. So I got to use a new order supplies sticker from Happy Day because I don't really have any like ordering supplies specific stickers, so that was fun. And the colors match too. So Sunday I marked work. I had to work late because we didn't have a closer because my closer also got COVID. So I had to cover her for a couple hours. So I used like a tired working on a desk sticker from Happy Day. I read more. That's a scribbler from ScribblePrintsCo. Got groceries before I went home, and that that character, who's an animal that I still cannot remember the name of, is from Happy Day as well. So at work, they had a bunch of these holiday gift boxes that were filled with like treats and candy and snacks, and a candy bowl too, for like some of our for some of our customers. I think they were supposed to like get a notification at the check stand if they won something. And they were supposed to get a box, but like we had a bunch of them that were never like claimed. So they started giving them out to employees, which was fantastic because one of my favorite coworkers, she made sure that I got one, and I was like, oh, thank you. And it was, oh my gosh, there were so many treats in there, sweet treats, salty treats. So I kept a lot of those at work so I could actually have snacks instead of contemplating buying something at the end of every single shift, because that was wasting a lot of money that way. So I was really happy for that. And when I got home, I took a long nap. That bears from Happy Day. I marked more Mushroom Farm Evolution. I edited a haul. That sticker is from CribblePrintsCo, and I filmed the first half of my giveaway before the memory in my phone filled up. So that's an issue I now have to deal with. But so that filming sticker is from Happy Day. It took me forever to like cut it short enough to fit. And then of course I had PC issues. I don't remember what they were, but it's always something with my $2,000 like custom built PC, because why would I spend that money for a good product? I mean, clearly if I make it like from scratch and put all the parts together, it's gonna be a hunk of junk. So that's what I'm dealing with still all the time. It froze today. It went like a good few weeks without freezing, but it finally froze again today. So I'm like, yep, it's too good to be true. Anyways, that sticker is from Video Creations. And then I marked, I guess my haul went live that day, so I did an Instagram post for it. And that's an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. So that is the spread. You're going to see me put down deco for forever and then also write. I was deciding that I was going to just go section by section and put down all of the deco and write in all the words so I could kind of coordinate it and have it fit like as I was thinking about it. So I did that kind of differently. So you're going to see all of that. And I'm going to leave it on a little bit longer than I usually would so that it's not like super zooming by. So you can kind of see how I'm placing all of it, because I did make a crap ton more deco for this spread in foil than last time. And I'm actually planning even more for the next one, because like it's just never enough for me. I'm like kind of a foil maximalist, which y'all can tell. So I made a lot more than last time. So I'm kind of experimenting with it, seeing where I want to place it in the spread. I really love the dangles and the swoops. Those are like, I love them so much. Like, especially this Anna Eats box that I'm doing right now. Like, that is like one of my favorite boxes ever. I just love it so much. And I love mixing the two metals as well. It's kind of a fun thing to do with the swoops. And I also really like the dinners tracker in the sidebar. Like, I don't know, I really like this old like pre-planning kind of sidebar setup, even with my memory planning. I love the habit trackers and I love the dinner tracker. Like, I'm not going to give those up. And I love the page flag. Like, I know those are holdouts from a previous era of planning, but I'm not going to give those up. I just love just how everything looks. I love the layout of everything. And it's just really fun to decorate it with all the deco and the dangles that I do. So I liked that. Threw some in the top deco section, threw some down in the bottom washi. Not that many, but around the weekend banner, I kind of put in some of the leftover dangles that I had. And I think throughout the full boxes, they look pretty good too. I kind of try to use them more sparsely, except in the boxes where it was just begging for it, like the Other Mother on Tuesday, and the cat on Sunday. Like, those are boxes where dangle deco really looked good in the places that I used it. So I kind of try to be smart about that. And then also just anywhere in like the half boxes and third boxes, anywhere that could use it, I use the dividers and the dangles. And I really love that, because the way I like to write is like really small and like really thin. Like, look at Friday, look at Hall, and look at Galaxy. That's how I like to write. So there's a ton of like space above and below the actual writing. And so like that's kind of why I want more foil deco to fill in that space where I can. So that's why all these dividers that I'm using like come in handy, and the dangle deco, so I can kind of decorate those spaces, because I love the way I write. Like, I want that to be how it is going forwards. But still, that just leaves a lot of space to fill up. So all the little dangle bits really work there in the little tiny deco pieces. It all kind of fits in pretty well. So I was really pleased with how this turned out. Let me talk more about the good parts. The raindrop overlays on the double box scene, I thought I did like really good kind of guessing where those would go, making sure they didn't cover up the sign too much. And then also I stuck the cat in there as well. I thought that was like perfect sizing, so I could not resist that. And I stuck the cat in a few more places throughout the spread. He's kind of sneaking around a little bit. So yeah, I loved that little double box scene situation. And yeah, the deco elements in the confetti for the full box overlays kind of were a bit small. Like the buttons and the key are a little bit too small to see the details of. But again, I don't really mind. I kind of like that messy, like not perfectly foiled look. I mean, if you buy from me, that's what you're going to be getting pretty much. Because like I think that's the right amount of confetti that I want in my overlays. Like I don't want it to cover more of the clip art, but you know, that just means that everything is going to be smaller in there. So I'm still trying to find that balance, but that's kind of what it is right now. And I don't hate it that much. I mean, you can clearly see what the elements are supposed to be in other parts of the spread, like the header overlays. You can see what the key and the buttons are supposed to look like. So you kind of know that that's what's going on there. And I think the bottom washi overlay turned out a lot better than the last one because that was a lot bigger and the page flag overlays were a lot bigger. And the confetti like header overlays, I made them different from the underlay pattern, which I did differently from the first set. The Nutcracker set, it was just the same pattern, but I think it looked a lot better this time. And so there were a lot of good things, but yeah, the unnecessary things, I think the little line dividers, I just went crazy with them. I stuck those everywhere, like above or below like every header in the sidebar. I just stuck those line dividers wherever I could, under every date cover. I feel like that was probably not the right place to use them. Like, I mean, I guess it looks fine, but I think it would look better without them or with them in a different place. Like, when I still kind of want them because I like the idea of them, but I feel like what I would probably do is use them like where I used the other dividers, like in the half boxes, third boxes. Or I think what I might want to do is use them on fancy labels instead, because those are my favorite kind of like quarter box size thing. Like I love the fancy labels. I would like use most of, I would have most of my boxes be fancy labels if I could. So I feel like using the line dividers where the glitter stroke would be the choice. I think that would actually look really cool, as opposed to like making actual foiled fancy labels that are like already foiled. Like the ability to just customize the ones that come with the kits, I feel like would be a better use for those. So that's what I might try to do for the next set that I do. I'm still kind of experimenting to see like where things would go, because I really like those elements. Like I don't want to just get rid of them completely. I just want to find a better place for them. So let me know if you like have an idea of where the really just simple line dividers would go. Would look good in like a really kind of busy spread like this. Maybe in the habit trackers too, because I need to, obviously I'm going to redo the font for the habit trackers. So I feel like that could be an opportunity there, because we need something to like jazz those up with foil, because those don't have really any foil right now except for the little deco bits that I put on them. So I feel like there's just an opportunity there. So let me know how you would jazz up the habit trackers and like the dinner's header area. Anything that like doesn't have foil, like let me know what you would do. Because clearly I want to expand more and do more stuff that I am not seeing elsewhere. I already have some really cool ideas for the next set for foil elements that I have not seen elsewhere in either style of planning. That would be like super cool. I'm always trying to think of new stuff, so I'm very excited to show you that. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and call it quits on that before I start rambling even more. I mean, the intro is long enough. I hope to not do a 20-minute intro for every time I do a custom foil set, but as I'm just now working out like what format I want, I might be a little bit chatty, but you can always skip it. You know where to go and the timestamps down below. But thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble. I hope you're excited about this foil as I am, because I'm like psyched about this adventure. I like have so much foil. I just bought enormous rolls of gold and silver, because the basics, I'll need those. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going with it. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and give me your ideas as well, please do that. That would be wonderful, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.